Symphonic band. This is also the group, of course, that comprises our marching band in the fall. So we spend a lot of time together, but like all of our other groups, they've been working really hard to do some pretty challenging literature, probably the most challenging literature I've asked them to do all year, in 6 short weeks. And so they've really been working hard, and I've been pushing them, especially in the last week, to get everything down and make sure that they're ready to go. So this is the one class where no matter how right you get it, someone is always asking for something more. So, and that someone is me. So these guys get pretty tired of me right before concert time, but I think it all pays off on stage. That piece was called Don Ricardo, and if you're aware, the Dons were in Mexico. If you've ever seen the movie Zorro, the Dons are the noblemen. And so this is Nobleman Ricardo, and so it's this really kind of pompous feel, and I'm always telling them, don't rush this. This should be laid back. It is not a Sousa march, all right? Noblemen don't hurry anywhere. They have people to hurry for them. All right, so that's kind of what we talked about as we studied that piece, and some fun sounds in there like the maracas and the percussion section. The next piece we're going to do very, very different. Another of my favorite composers, Frank Kelly, did this beautiful arrangement. I first got to hear this piece in person a few years ago because our district honor band performed it, and I'm sure you'll all recognize it. This is Frank Kelly's arrangement of Ave Maria. what a wonderful group to work with. To all you parents in the audience, in all of the groups, thank you so much for lending me your students. I know there's many hours involved, practicing and extra work and extra time such as tonight. And I hope it's worth it to hear all the wonderful music and hear the artistry that the students put out there. Everything from the silly to the beautiful. These students are creating some really great moments. And so thank you so much for being here to share this with us and for sharing this with us. For our final piece, as promised, one of my favorite composers, he's a fellow percussionist, and so he writes wonderful percussion parts, and this is a piece where he gets to shine. This piece is entitled Four, on a remix of Beethoven. And so he has taken this, the Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, the four most famous notes in all of music. He's taken those four notes, and he made a masterwork, Beethoven did. Randall Standridge has chosen to do a riff on that. And so what Standridge does here is he takes those main themes, and you'll hear them throughout, but he's going to treat them in four different ways to evoke four different emotions. The first movement is excitement, very closely resembling the original piece. The second is meant to be playful. The third is meant to be introspective and thoughtful. And the fourth is meant to be angry. And so you're going to hopefully hear all of those different moods expressed throughout the group, and you might even recognize some of the moods in there. I won't spoil the surprise, but you might recognize some sounds that sound like other pieces you've made. Before we play this final piece, I would, of course, we do have several seniors in this group, and I would like to have all of our seniors please stand or wave the percussion and be recognized seniors.
just come over.